Welcome to Blessing. This is Rekha. Today we'll go ahead and start about what all are the different options do we have those in the Cucumber, right? So now you guys saw like in our previous video how what feature does, what glue does and all, right? Feature is nothing but your feature file, right? That path. Glue is the step definition path. So that joins your feature file to step definition file. Glue. Okay. Next, what dryRun does? Checks if all steps have been def- defined or not in the step definition. Okay, for example, for example, as we saw in our previous thing, we had your step definition file, right, for feature. For example, if you have not defined this, okay, if you have not defined this, just think if you have not defined this, okay, and if you're trying to run this, okay, if you're trying to run, just see what you'll get. Okay, this is you'll get to implement missing steps. So in the latest version, if you're not giving the dry run equal to true or false, by default it'll take and it'll give the steps, but it will not give the exception, or it will not give the error in your project, or it will not fail your project. Okay, but it will check whether all the steps of feature file are defined in step definition or not. So in previous versions and all, we used to have dry run equal to by default false. When we used to make it true, in that case it used to check, but latest version this one option is not required. Okay, but for interview perspective, you should know what dry run does. So it will check the mapping for all the feature file. Do I have all the step definition are defined or not? If it is not defined, it will go ahead and give it in your console. It is not defined. That's all. Okay. Next option we'll see. This feature we saw. Okay. The path of the feature file, glue, path of the step definition file. Okay. Next is tags. We have tags. Okay. What all other tags features should be executed? Means like we have, right? For example, I'll just go ahead and show you a tag. Okay. Think that now in my test runner, all the options which I'm showing you, this comes in a runner file. Okay. What I'll do is next is tags, tags. Okay. Equal to, I'm giving at the rate sanity. Okay. I've given it. Just I'll go ahead and done. I'll go ahead and I'll try to execute this. Okay. Just see the difference. Okay, as you can see here, zero scenario, zero steps are executed, because when you tell a tag equal to at the rate sanity, okay, at the rate sanity, it will go to feature file. Okay, it will see the tag can be for the feature or can be for the scenario. When you give the tag for your feature, okay, for your feature at the rate tag, if you get at the rate sanity, it holds good for all the feature, in the sense for all scenarios also. Under this feature you can have 5 or 10 scenarios. It depends on your test case. Okay, but in one page you can have only one feature. Under this feature you can have many scenarios. So when you give a tag for feature, it holds good for all the child scenarios. Okay, but if you give a think that tomorrow you have one more scenario for invalid credential. Okay, so this valid credential I'm including it for sanity. Okay, now I'm executing, I've given it as tag. Now in my runner class also, I have just assumed that you have your 5 scenarios. In that, only 2 scenarios I have given the tag as sanity, or that is sanity. Okay, now I'm calling here execute or call the features or a step definition which have the tag as sanity. Now I'll just run this. Okay, it found that sanity was this scenario and it called this and it did the steps on action for us. Okay, so in real time, you might have other 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 scenarios. So there you would have different scenario for sanity, for regression, which are the mandatory, those you can include. This is all about the tags. Okay, next option, what we have monochrome. Okay, by default, your monochrome, what it does is displays the console output in a much readable way. Matlab, like when you have like multiple scenarios, multiple things, everything will be clumsy, right? So if you want to read it in a proper format, so where if you by default monochrome is false, if you make it true, you can have proper readable format. Okay, we'll go ahead and do monochrome. Monochrome equal to true. I'll make it. Okay, I'll make it monochrome equal to true. Now I'll see if it is any difference. Anyways, that difference you can see when you have like much like lot more data, like when you have a huge data, that time you can make the difference. As of now, only one data, one file, you will not find much difference. Okay, when you have 10 scenarios or many other things, you can find. Okay, that is all about monochrome. They'll ask you this each and every option in interview. Okay, next is format. Okay, next it's strict. And one more thing, format is all what all reports the formatter to use. Okay, this thing also I don't think so we have it right now. Anyways, dry run still we have, I think in this. We'll see if I have dry run. Yeah, dry run we have. Dry run equal to true. If we say by default dry run, if you don't make true also for latest version, it will check all the steps. Okay, so in older version we had to give the dry run equal to true if we had to check all the steps. Okay, now format is I don't think so it is there in this version. Let me check format. No, we don't have in this version format, so leave it. Okay, next is strict. Okay, strict equal to, so what happens when you make strict equal to true? Okay, now by default strict is false. Will fail the execution if there are undefined pending steps. For example, we'll see now. Okay, i'll make it I'll make steps equal strict equal to true. Now what it happens, we'll see. I'll just remove this. Okay, I'll just see, run and see this. Okay, 4 passed. Now what I'll do is I'll just comment this one, this step, one feature, one line. I'll just uncomment it. Now I'll see the mapping. Okay, it is telling here. Okay, see here, one is undefined, two passed, because third one only I have not defined, right? Fourth one is there. So what it is telling, two passed, one undefined and one skipped, because it was failed in the third step, so fourth one was skipped. Okay, there was a error. It is telling one thing is not defined. When it is a strict, it will check all features which are in the feature file steps, those are defined in the step definition or not. If it is not found, it will not go for the next line. That is all about strict. Okay, this is all about this thing. What we'll do is now we'll see the reporting part. Okay, we are almost done. I'll go ahead and remove this. Okay, now we have all the steps. Now I'll go to runner file. Okay, I'll go to runner file. Next, we'll see what all, like we have one more thing for reports. Okay, here we have reports. We have one keyword called plugin. Okay, plugin. Plugin equal to, okay, we have this format, just we are supposed to take in curly braces. Okay, I'm giving the plugin as I'm giving pretty. Okay, it should be pretty format, matlab it should be readable format. Now I'm telling what the report should be. Okay, what the report should be. First, I'll see we have three reporting we can see in Cucumber. One is HTML, one is JSON, one is JUnit. Three reports. Okay, we'll see now one by one how we can see those. Okay, I'll just go ahead and give the HTML report first. How HTML report starts, I'll just tell you now. Here you have one target folder, right? As of now, if I refresh also, I don't have any report. Now I'm telling my report should be in HTML format. Okay, that is in readable format. And target, it should be in the target folder. I have a target folder, right? And the folder name is HTML reports. Okay, inside that report name should be reports.html. Whatever I'm getting a output, that should be there in this report. Pretty, it should be pretty in the sense it should be in readable format. It should be in HTML, okay, format, that is HTML. It should be in target folder. The target is here, and inside that you can name the folder as HTML reports. Okay, inside that your report name, the page it should have with reports.html. Now I'll go ahead and run this. Okay, I'm running this. Okay, same thing, it happened here for past one scenario, right? Now we'll go here. Okay, I'll just refresh this. You can see here I found one HTML reports, right? Here inside that reports.html folder, you'll have one thing called index.html. Okay, this is your HTML report. So if you give it to anyone can read this. It will be in a proper readable format. Okay, it shows like now how many test cases are passed, failed inside this feature. You had this scenario, right, with the tag sanity, right? In that you had like so many steps, all are in green now, all are passed. Done. Okay, now next is like I had told you guys, right? We have like other different format, right? Like JSON or like JUnit format also, right? JUnit is nothing but again it will be in the XML format. Now we'll go ahead and see them like how we can do that. I'll just go here. Okay, in the runner here I'll have to change. Just think that this is your thing. Okay, I'll just separate by comma. I'll just copy this. Okay. Okay, I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll copy this and I'll paste here. Instead of HTML, I'll give here, it'll be in JSON, right? So I'll give JSON format because I'm requesting for JSON format now. Okay, target JSON reports. Okay, JSON reports. Okay, let's see if it works now. Okay. Uh, uh, okay, let's see if it works or it throws error. Okay, let's see if it has created that package for me. I'll just go ahead and refresh. Okay, it created one JSON inside this. Okay, sorry, I should have that thing here. I should have here dot JSON, right? Okay, now I'll again run this. Reports.json. So this is how your JSON file occurs. See, it has everything now. Okay, this was the timestamp, this was the name, this was the description. So you can just feel now, okay, where are we using this? So there are different application when there is a integration with other tools. There are like these things will be in use. So this will be the end URI, this will be your ID, right? This will be your keyword, different things. So it'll be your JSON format. Okay, next thing we'll see like JUnit format, how it comes. Okay, JUnit format, as you can see here, same thing with the JUnit, you can have this. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and copy this. Again, I want to have one more report, I'll just separate by comma. So I'll give JUnit. Okay, also I'll give JUnit reports. Okay, I'll give .xml. Okay, now let's see. I'll just run this, run as JUnit test. Okay, now it is pass. I'll go to this my thing. I'll just refresh this. You can see here. You have one JUnit folder. I'll just do open with some XML editor. See, this is how your XML reports looks. That's a JUnit report. Okay, this is all about like how your feature file, step definition file, and runner form mapping is takes place, and what like there are different options in Cucumber, right? These all are the options. Same thing they'll be asking in your interview. Okay, thank you.